They're not going to see it anyway. They use enough makeup though. Yeah, they use it.
Thanks very much.
My brother Luke.
Good evening and welcome.
Yes, thank you. Nice to be here. What's the first letter about?
First letter is about a bloke who his wife reckons has got no balls because he earns less money than her.
Okay. His wife's got no balls, or he's got?
He's got no balls.
Oh, right. Get it right. All right. What's the second letter about?
No, second letter is about a bloke who's got an inappropriate relationship with his 13-year-old niece, and it's caused all sorts of family problems.
Oh, very nice. And the third letter?
And the third letter is about typical a woman who wants, and a husband who won't give.
And after that, say hello to your mother.
Hello, Mum. How are you?
All right.
Is it nice to have me home?
Oh, shut up. Sweet and sour in about 20 seconds. Don't go away. See you then.
Not a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
How's about some chili?
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
That's it. Settle down all. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour. A terrific lot of panellists and one delinquent on the end there. First up, hello Tenille. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
The Global Good Foundation.
That's the one. The Global
Tell us
Good.
all about it.
All right, we're setting up education centres for people impacted by domestic violence, and we're setting a global standard on the rehabilitation methods that are being used.
You've set this up by yourself.
I have, 4 years ago.
Why?
I grew up in domestic violence, so I have a very, very prevalent reason as to why I need to do it, and I am very passionate about it, so much so that it's overtaken everything in my life.
And what's happening on the 30th of October?
We are having the biggest fundraiser of the year, second year running.
Called?
The Global Good Gala event. So it's where people go that want to do things for the global good, and it's at the Hyatt Regency.
In Perth?
In Perth.
So all of our Eastern States viewers who want
Come
to
on
go,
over. Yeah.
you can buy tickets on the net.
You can.
What's the website?
ggf.org.au.
GGF.
That's it. GGF for globalgoodfoundation.org.au.
Good to have you here.
Thanks for having
Lisa,
me.
where have you been?
I have been on the most amazing trip to Shanghai, Bali and Singapore for the last month. Flew out on the 1st, came back on the 1st, it was outstanding. Went to the World Trade Expo in China, went to the Singapore Grand Prix, which was a couple of weeks ago, and just like coming back to
And this
reality.
was all just for pleasure?
No, there was a bit of work involved as well, but that's what life's about. You have mini retirements, you balance it with work and play, and it's great.
Mini retirement?
Mini retirement.
Lots of mini retirements.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think I'm due for one. Monique, welcome to the show.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Now tell us all about your little business that you started.
I run a small branding and advertising agency called Fashion Air.
Called?
Fashion Air.
And the website for that is?
www.fashionair.com.au.
Not that we do plugs here.
No.
But, that's terrific. Now you're also close to finishing your studies.
Yes,
aren't you?
I am. And
How long to go?
excitingly, only about 3 weeks.
3 weeks and that's
yeah,
it?
and I'll have a degree. We're also a finalist in the Belmont Small Business Awards
Fantastic.
in a few weeks, so that's a little bit exciting.
After operating only how long?
18 months.
Brilliant. Congratulations.
Yes.
Doesn't
Thank
matter
you.
whether you win or not. That's
No,
a terrific
it's good.
achievement.
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Hello, Luke Mitchell.
Hello, kid brother. I'm here.
And that's enough from you. Nice to have you on the show. What are you doing all the way over from Sydney here?
I came for a family wedding. First time I've been to a family wedding in 25 years, and I've realised what I've missed all these years.
And first time you've been on Sweet and Sour as well.
First time I've been
Welcome
on Sweet
to
and
the show.
Sour, and I'll
Your
probably be
sister-
the last one on Sweet and Sour.
Well, your sister came on once about 5 years ago, and she's never been back either, so...
I'll have to trump her and come a
All
second
right,
time.
we'll see. Have you had a look at the letters?
I have.
What do you reckon?
Okay.
The master of understatement. Let's hope you don't use it tonight, though. All right. All right, here we go. Dear Sweet and Sour, my missus doesn't like being a bigger wage earner than me, so it turns out. She's a professional lady, and I was a business owner when we met and married, but I lost the business and a lot of my capital when the GFC hit us because, unfortunately, I'm not in the mining or a related industry. Anyway, for the past 2 years, I've been working wages and a pretty decent sort of wage. It's just that she earns more. It all blew up in a heated argument last week when she accused me of being a wimp because her wage was significantly larger than mine. She also accused me of becoming a small appendage man because I've lost my ability to demonstrate my manliness in the relationship. What a first-class bitch I figure I'm married to. How come in this age where women and men are supposedly equal, men are still expected to carry the burden of the entire household? What do I do here? Maybe she wants me to walk away so she can find a bigger pocket, and it comes to us from Anthony of Fitzroy in Victoria. Lisa, what do you make of this woman?
I say dump the tart. I mean, she sounds like she's just complaining and she's being difficult and quite frankly rude. You're meant to be enriched in the concept of love together and build your life together. And chivalry is not dead. Yes, I like the idea that the men do carry the burden and provide for the women.
You
I
like the
that.
idea of men
I do,
carrying
I
the
like that. But chivalry is not dead, except
Lisa.
No, you're out of order.
Why?
In this day and age, it's equality, irrespective of how much you earn.
equality, yes, but chivalry is not dead. So it's, you know, let's not all just open the doors for each other. How about man be a gentleman and woman be a lady still? Let's not lose that little edge, I think.
Hang on. What's the dollar got to do with that? Where do
It
you
doesn't,
lose-
and it shouldn't. And that's why, you know, the concept of love is sort of, where is it these days? It's sort of, you know, dissipated into nothing. But he also says himself, I've lost the ability to demonstrate manliness.
No, she accuses him of that.
She also accused me of becoming a small appendage man because I've lost my ability.
Yeah, and she does sound, mind you, she does
that's not
sound like a
gonna make
bitch. But he also says, what a first-class bitch I've married. And, well, you chose her, so,
Exactly.
you know, it's a bit late now, but I say get rid of her. It's time for an upgrade.
Luke, what do you say?
Well, where's the camera? Come here,
Yeah,
Anthony. Anthony, I want to talk to you. Mate, grow some balls. Grow some balls. You got to tell her how you feel. In this day and age, when husband and wife are equal, it doesn't matter who's earning who's earning what. You're part of a union. That's what it is.
That's what it should be.
Of course it should be. And if he is a wimp, in my book, because he hasn't stood up to her, he hasn't grown his balls and told her what he thinks, and then sort it out. And if you still can't sort it out, then you get rid of it, because she's proving to be a real bitch.
So you'd take the tough stand
Bloody oath I'd take
and
the tough
get the
stand.
broom out and say, on your way.
No, I wouldn't say on my way.
What would you say?
I'd just be a man. I'd show my manliness. And
How
I'd
would
say
you do that?
Listen.
Say, what? These are the ground rules.
No, these are not the ground rules. Listen, you're earning this money, I'm earning this money. Where is it written in our marriage contract that you have to earn more than me? She loves the fact that she's earning more than him. She can ram that down his throat, so he's got to ram something down her throat.
Do you think she doesn't?
And I don't mean his appendage. Sorry.
Righto. Come on, Mon. What do you got to say here?
I don't know. This guy sounds really insecure to pick up on
He's
something
writing to
that
us, he
happened.
must be.
Exactly. He's picked up on something small that she said in a heated argument, and it's made him write into the show. How ridiculous is that?
It probably isn't the first time, like the first thing that's happened. There's sort of like a sequence of events that sort
Exactly.
of, you know, they hit the point, they go, that's it, enough.
So what would you do here, Mon?
I think she actually likes being the wage winner in the relationship, and
Because it gives her a little bit of power.
exactly, and it's given her power in the argument, and he's kind of picked on that and just brought it into a massive issue, which it isn't really.
And he's written into us for
Exactly.
it. And the final word on this, go on, Tenille. What do you
look,
say
you
here?
know, as the chairman of a domestic violence charity,
What's the potential for
I'm
domestic violence?
going to say here that domestic violence comes about with emotional abuse as well. There's, I think, a very unhealthy dialogue that's going on. In an argument with your partner, the dialogue will dictate exactly the core of that relationship and how it operates. If you are not having healthy discussions about issues and there's this power struggle going on, it's a whole lot more to it than meets the eye, I think, in respect to there's individual issues that need to be sorted out, and then there's collective
So
issues.
this is not just about money.
Look, no, I think there's a little bit of a power struggle going on there. I think that she's got the taste of being the breadwinner, and she's kind of getting on that bandwagon now and becoming a true feminist and saying, right, that's it, you know, you are not making the money, therefore you are this, and this. And I think if you're having even these kind of discussions in a relationship, you've got to really work at it, because there's something wrong. You shouldn't be talking like that.
Get rid of her.
He is earning a good wage.
If she won't come round,
The
get
fact,
rid of
can
her.
look
but
after
it's
himself.
even the fact that money is the issue. Like, it's about who's earning more. I mean, why are you even in a relationship having that discussion? It's a team effort.
Yeah.
You got to work at it together.
You
So-
panellists are going to love our next letter because it's all about inappropriate family behaviour. So when we come back, inappropriate family behaviour. Don't go away. We'll see you soon. Yay!
That's good. That's
When I was a kid anyway. Are we on, are we? We are. We're back. Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company. If you'd like to send us a letter, Luke, what's the email address?
Oh, I don't know. I'm still trying to get over the wimp from the first letter.
Lisa,
Letters at sweetandsour.net.au.
That's it.
Okay, send them in.
That's it.
And for every letter that we do discuss on the panel, we're going to send you to the movies courtesy of the lovely Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And the movie we're sending you to this week is Let Me In, which is another vampire flick. Yeah, but a good one apparently. Hello, Mitch and panellists. My husband has just thrown my extended family into chaos. No one is talking to anyone because he accused my 28-year-old married brother of inappropriate behaviour with our 13-year-old daughter. Not that anything happened. My husband just thought it was inappropriate for my brother to have such a close relationship with my daughter. So trying to be upfront and honest, he said to my brother, "She's a 13-year-old, you're a married 28-year-old. Can you see why I have a problem?" And my brother said no and took great offence. I've abused my husband for overreacting and thinking terrible things of my brother. He says that I should be supportive and not defending my brother. And in the meantime, the whole extended family has got into the act. And of course, my husband is being branded as Mr. Evil. What should have happened here? And how do I make it all harmonious again? Please. And it comes to us from Maria of Fanny Bay, Northern Territory.
Not the other way around.
Not the other way. Northern Territory. All right, go on, Luke.
Okay.
You'll go first.
This sort of thing gets my back up. Maria, you're married to your husband. That's the first thing. So you've got to give your husband support. Now, I'm a father of 2 daughters, right? And if some bloke at 28 years of age who was married and wanted to speak to my 13-year-old daughters, I would have been up in arms about it.
Well, hang on. That doesn't necessarily work like that, though.
Yes,
So
it
they can
does.
have
Hang on.
nieces.
I've been uncle to your 2 daughters.
Yes.
And to our sister's
Yes.
daughter.
Yes.
And I've had very close relationships with them.
Yes,
So why is that inappropriate?
because the way I've read this letter is I think that it's happening away from the rest of the family. If it's available in front of the family, it's fine. But if it's
I
one-on-one...
always used to take your kids to the shops and all that sort of thing and hop in the car and would drive and whatever. That's happening away from the family.
Yeah, but a father wants to protect his daughters.
Yeah, but to
Okay,
what-
has he
to what
overreacted?
No.
Oh, okay, you're a dad. Keep going then,
No,
all
he
right.
has not overreacted, and I think Maria's overreacted by not giving the husband support and pulling the brother aside and getting both together and say, listen, guys, look, I don't think it should happen. He didn't mean anything by it. You're my brother, I love you, but I'm married to my husband, right?
All right.
And we've got to sort it out. And what's the rest of the family doing caught up in all this? Yap, that's going to cause more strife.
Seems like it's a big ethnic family.
Yeah.
Maria.
Yeah, it does.
Maria,
It's a good
Fanny Bay,
family.
Northern Territory. It could be Greek, could be Italian, could be Slav, could be anything.
It's got to be one of
We
them.
know what that's like.
Yeah. So the mistake was actually saying something in the first place or not?
Well, that was one of the things, but he should have brought it aside discreetly, not come out in open arms and let the wife get in and the wife tearing his head off because she's spoken to her brother. But Maria, you're married to your husband, you're not married to your brother, so you have to sort it out and the rest of the family can follow suit. Once those two have got a good relationship sorted
rest
out
will
again,
follow.
the rest will follow.
Come on, Monique.
Exactly. I think here it's just a fatherly sort of thing with the
He's allowed to
protecting the
overreact?
daughter. Yeah, exactly. If my dad did the same thing, I wouldn't be upset about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's
All
hugs
right.
and
Are
kisses.
you going to think ill of your uncle though?
If-
Because Dad says,
If he,
oh,
if
it's
he thinks
inappropriate.
it's a little bit odd, then he should have done it more discreetly, maybe. But I think the issue here is that Maria hasn't supported her husband, so
Got to support your husband. Is that what you say?
Yeah, look, I would say actually, has anyone asked the 13-year-old girl?
Obviously not. They're too interested
Everybody,
in having
this is the issue
fights.
with parents and families. Everyone bickers amongst the adults and actually forgets to ask the person that they're bickering
They're not
with.
interested. They
Well-
want drama rather than truth.
Well, this is it. I think this is a little bit blown out of proportion, if you ask me. And yes, she should have supported her husband, but at the same time, I think that everyone forgets that it's the 13-year-old girl. What is the inappropriate behaviour? If he hasn't, done anything, it's family. Family, you're meant to be able to trust your family. There must be something about this person that's making him feel like he can't trust him.
Or maybe something about himself that he's projecting on the other person.
Yeah. But I mean,
maybe
I
he can't
think,
trust himself.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It just usually is a reflection on the
And
person.
often, yeah.
But I just don't think anyone's taking the 13-year-old daughter into consideration. And I think it's been blown completely out of proportion, and the adults are acting like children, and the child's probably acting like an adult.
Most blokes will not react this way unless there is an issue and something's happened before. Whether it's purely by accident, purely by chance, something's been seen, something's happened, and he's thought something. So when he talks to her again, he's got his back up.
Lisa, Luke thinks something's going on in the background there.
Well, I think there's a lot of truth in that statement, but the other thing to consider as well is maybe something in the past has happened with him, so he's got that knowledge himself, or maybe he had some sort of issue when he was a child, and so he's a bit more conscious and aware of it. But I think family's family. You know, you do have to trust. You do have to trust, and you have to love, and the hugs and the kisses. And I wish people were more like that these days. And it is such a current issue. However, there's, you know, where do you draw the line? And is it fair to go and say this publicly with everyone? There's so many issues that come up with it. And also, with child abuse and stuff like that, it often comes from someone really close, so a family member or a trusted person. So I agree with you, say there might be something,
but protect the child, have the child's interests, but sit down with the kid and talk to them. Then sit down with the brother and talk to them and voice your concerns. But the whole talking it out like that and blowing it out like that just creates problems.
Certainly a few issues. We've got to move on to the next one. When we come back, we're going to be talking about whether you can have all the kids in the world that you want and still have all the money in the world that you want. When we come back, don't go away. See you then. Can you? Oh, we're on, we're singing. Oh, you didn't see any of that. Dear panellists, we can never agree on anything. Anything. Now, I want another child and he doesn't want a bar of it. We have 2 already, but when we married 8 years ago, I always wanted, and he agreed, that we would have a big family of 6 kids if we could afford it. Well, I think we can, and he just doesn't want to afford it. It seems that everything he agreed with when we were engaged, he's now reneged on. I wanted a dog, never got one. I wanted a European holiday, never got one. Wanted a local family holiday every year, never had one. All our money has gone into building bigger houses and moving. That's very nice, but I don't need a supersized house and a property portfolio. I'd love more kids. I really would, but hubby says it'll hold us back financially. Should I just try and fall pregnant without him knowing? After all, accidents happen all the time, and that comes to us from Brenda of Daglish in WA, and you better hope your husband's not watching, Brenda. All right, Monique, what's your take on this one?
Brenda, what are you thinking? 6 kids, that's ridiculous. In this economic climate, things cost so much: education, housing. This guy's building bigger houses for you because you keep wanting more kids. He's trying to please you. So
Where are you going to put them if you don't have the big enough
Well,
houses?
there's an idea too. If she keeps having more kids, maybe a bigger house. So maybe she's getting everything she wants by having the children to get a big house to house them all.
I can't believe this woman.
I know.
When I got married, my wife wanted 6 kids. My father-in-law said, let her have the first one and then see how many she wants. I can't believe you still want kids.
All right.
It is a little bit ridiculous, I think.
Bit ridiculous. Too much wanting. Tenille, what's going on here?
Oh, look, I've circled all the I's, and there's about 9 references to I. I don't get. I wanted a dog. You know, I'm sorry to say, but it's a bit of a boo-hoo situation. Nothing ever goes the way that we exactly want it to go. Marriage is a team effort. If he feels that he's not ready for that, the last thing you should be doing is thinking about going and having accidents might happen, because you're building a relationship on total dishonesty and blatant lying. I mean, why would you even want your kids to grow up in that environment and then learn from you as a role model? Do you want them to do that same thing to you but in a different light? I think it's just very unhealthy to be even thinking that kind of level, and just work at figuring out how can we come to a middle ground. Okay, you wanted 6 kids, have 3. Geez, meet in the middle. You can't get everything in life that you want, and if you do want it that bad, then go and find someone else and go and have some more kids. But I think that's a little bit to say that last sentence is a little bit
Should I just try and
shows too much character
without him knowing?
Shows too much of the character.
She's getting everything she wants, I figure, except come on, Lisa, what's going on here?
Well, how many kids does she have already? Does she have 4 and she's after another 2, or
No,
does she have 1?
we have 2 already, but when we married 8 years ago, she wanted, and he agreed to 6.
Yeah, this sounds like it's all about money, and I think it's good that she's now embracing life, and she wants the house, she wants the kids, she wants the European holiday. Do you really want the extra kids though? That's a lot of work.
She sounds like she wants it though by saying it, but.
Yep, but embrace life. Like, it's not just all about family, I guess. It's not all about another child. And from your husband's point of view, if he's just refusing point blank because it's about the money.
Question: how many kids do you want?
3.
Okay. What happens if 3 you want? What happens if your husband says we can't afford any?
I would break up with him. I'd dump him.
You dump him.
I would divorce
You've
and
been
go and have a
married for
husband
2
that would
years.
give me children. Or I'd have an affair. Or I'd fall pregnant.
There you go. Different for some. All right, Luke, last word on this from a bloke's perspective.
Brenda, you want. What does he want? Listen, Dales, if you give up the kids, your family holiday's not going to be that far away. You can have the family holiday, you can have the dog. If you're pregnant for the next 10 years, when are you going to go on a holiday? So make up your mind, right? Either you want to get pregnant or you want to go on a holiday. I'm sure if you love him and if he loves you, you can sit down and sort it out. You might have another kid, but darling, in this day and age, want. What does he want? Ask him what he wants. You want the holiday? Give him what he wants and then get him to take you on a holiday.
Negotiation, treat it like a business deal.
Why can't she organise anything?
You know,
She wants a family holiday. Why can't she organise?
No, because she wants.
Yeah, she's just.
You counted the IIIs, I counted the want.
She needs to sit down with him and detail what she wants and what he wants, and then they need to treat it like a business deal and go, okay, well, let's meet in the middle ground. Let's take some notes on what we can do
and we make
to
an
make it
appointment
work.
for sex on Tuesday week.
Exactly.
Oh, business deal. You can sit down and talk about it.
Not going to happen that way. Business deal. She'll be taking half.
Yeah.
That's the only business deal that's going to happen there. Just sit down like that, I figure. We've got to go. Which letter did you like to give away the pair of limited
Not the
edition
wimp.
Sunday?
Not the wimp.
I think-
Not the wimp.
I think the whim. I think he needs.
You like the whim?
He needs a little bit of,
Not the
boosting
wimp over. If you didn't like the
boosting
wimp,
of
which one
confidence.
did you like?
I like Fanny from Maria. Maria from Fanny Bay. Sorry. Send the husband.
Maria.
Send the husband and the brother to the movies. Is that what we're giving him? Movie tickets?
No, we're giving him a pair of limited edition sunglasses from Alan Treves and Aussie Optics.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Thank you for the second opportunity to plug it. Lise, which one did you
I
like?
like the first one. I feel sorry for the wimp. Give him something.
His name is Anthony.
for the whim.
Oh my God.
Who'd you
I
like?
still think Maria.
You still think Maria
It's
as well?
quite a strong issue that she's brought up.
2-2. I've got the deciding call. We're going to give it to the one that didn't get any votes at all because it'll probably save us some postage. So up yours. There you go. Thank our terrific panellists tonight. Good to have you here, Luke.
It's lovely being here. I
Yeah.
can't wait to come back.
Another 25 years,
Oh,
perhaps,
my
and you
God.
might make it.
Thank you.
Monique, good
Pleasure.
to have you.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy
A
it?
lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Lise, always
Thank
good to have
you.
you.
It's fantastic.
October the 30th.
October the 30th.
Global good.
Put it
We'll
in
be
your
there.
diary, guys.
Put it in my diary. All right, we've got to go. Thank our terrific panellists. Thank our wonderful crew. And thanks for having us at home tonight, Australia. Good night.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.